I believe that everyone has a life that's calling them that we tend to resist because it would involve change, shaking things up outside of our comfort zone. The truth is, you can't get to well being with effort. You just can't. That's not how it works. You can't get to well being by trying to bend yourself into some version of better. True well being comes from allowing yourself to be who you are. Everyone has a particular path that their soul is inviting them. And I'm able to sense it. And then I'm able to help somebody else sense it. Seeing through means I see your stuff and what you're stepping over and your ego. An empath needs to learn how to control their empathy. Empathy is a skill. Some have a lot of it and develop it, and some not so much. If you're not present to yourself, you can't win in this game of life. You're associating life that he doesn't care about you because he doesn't understand you. No, he doesn't understand you because you're not using language, affect to get him to understand you. People who are not empathic tend to be self-focused, are able to advocate for themselves. If you don't like me, that's okay. That's very non-empathic, right? Very male. You could be a highly sensitive person. I'm sensitive to sound, I'm sensitive to environments, and have no empathy. None. As a
Yeah.
gay man, if I call on the Christian God and the Christian God has overlays of homophobia, that's not going to work so well for me. Just share what your experience is. And that way you let go of all of that stuff. There is no right or wrong way. The benefit of religion, in my opinion, is it's a tried path. Many people have walked it, and there's a lot of energy gathered around it. You want to think for yourself, you want to make decisions. There's a lot of hatred within religion, some religion,
Mhm.
right? That you want to be on the lookout for. Spirituality, in my not so humble opinion, not so humble, is relinquishing the self. Now, I am 58, right? I'm 58. That's how old I am. Okay. This is where you act surprised, please. No, I'm kidding. So I'm 58, and I'm not the same man that I was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Our society tends to reward people who maintain a self and build a kingdom around it.
Mm.
That's not spirituality. Spirituality is the relinquishment of self, which involves the relinquishment of ego. I would say my industry is along the lines of metaphysics, self development, personal development. You want to be true to who you are, and so many people are screaming for attention and over promising,
Yes.
relying on people's desperation. And so it's just really, it's difficult to raise beyond the noise. The answer is outside of yourself. The answer is, and so much social media, as you know, it is like, look at my abs, right? Or look how pretty my house is. Look, I'm boarding this plane. Look at my fancy car. And God bless. Now, what's your life about? Now, that's a very interesting question to me. What is your life?
Mm.
Like, if you were to be buried and you had a little tombstone or a big tombstone, what do you want it saying? Not like I'm a father, son, brother, but here lies Hubert or Christine. She lived what? She lived life fully. She knew love. She knew belonging. She was evolved. But if you don't know what your life is about, you're kind of wandering in the dark. You're just trying. You're making it up as you go along, and you're just like, I'm lost. What's your life about? And most people say, I don't know. Monotheism has it right in some respects. Some respects. You can only honor one God. Not God, Lord, Creator, one God, meaning your life can only be about one thing. It is the umbrella. What's your life about? What do you want written on your tombstone? What do you want said about you at your eulogy? And then we need to separate what your spirit is saying and what your ego is saying. Well, I want people to tell that I was a great businessman and that I, supported it. Well, self-realization is there's no one here. There's no one here. I am the everything. I realize the true self, that there is no self. The truth is you become the divine within. You recognize your divinity within self. That's okay. We can hang out in the unknown. It's a great place to be. Honestly, when you're thinking about a problem and how to resolve it, you go to this still place, this place of possibility. There, right there. It's right there. Boom. That's it. Look, I wouldn't wish this on anyone. It's a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. It's a pain in the ass. And it's what I got, and I work with it. Super easy to develop an ego about this. And there was a time where I'm like, look how special I am. Look what I can do. Right? Don't get trapped in being psychic or being intuitive or like talking to dead people or keep going. That's not the point. It is part of the gift, and it's also a distraction. Everyone wants to be seen, right? We all want to be seen, but very few people want to be seen through, right? If when a client comes to me and says, look, I can't control my gift, dead people are constantly talking to me and it's getting really inconvenient, that means you're not in control. That's a problem, and you need to gain control. My empathy keeps me ethical because I sense the other and what it will do to the other. And I sense the other as myself, right? If, for instance, like for me, I have this ability, one, to find lost dogs. Like if you want a dog, you just tell me what you want, it'll come within a week. Just boom, shows up. The gift has its pluses. And the more tuned in you are to yourself, the more you know what is yours to do. You're like, look, in my opinion, life is a perpetual coming out of the closet, right? You just fly your freak flag higher and higher and higher because no one, pardon me, gives a shit anyway. The journey of our lives is not to be happy. I'm sorry. It's not what it's about. It's not about finding happiness. That's not what it's about. Sorry. Sorry. It's not what it's about. The journey of our lifetime is to become ourselves. You want to be able to speak the truth with compassion. Just speaking the truth can make you sound like an asshole. Do I have your attention? Can I tell you what I sense? Yes. Okay, good. You're not letting me contribute to you, and you don't let anyone contribute to you because you're too afraid to allow somebody to love you. Because your parents' love came with a whole bunch of stuff, and you grew up too fast, and now you want love, but you can't let it in. You can go to Tibet, live in a mountain, you're not going to touch this. Okay. You can touch other stuff, but you can't touch interpersonal damage. Can't. We want what we want, but we would have it if we didn't have competing desires. We're all ice cream. We're just different flavors of ice cream, right? So, no, I'm not beyond this, right? I'm in it with you. Let's allow ourselves to be us. Oh, well, I'm a bit of a bully. Okay, let's allow yourself to be a bully. Let's not judge it. Allow yourself to be a bully because you're also a bully to you. Not only to your wife, your kids, you're also a bully to you. We're here to become ourselves. That's a never ending process. I hear people, Colby, how long will it take me to heal this? I don't know. How willing are you to be with yourself? I'm very blessed because I get to talk to people about what matters most to them, themselves. There's a process. There's a process to letting go. Everyone wants change in their life, bigger house, better body, whatever. But few people are willing to change. That's just true. Most of us who are going through a difficult time are caught in a tide. You try to swim against the tide, you are going to suffer. It's going to drag on. You cannot fight it. The only thing I'd like to say, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. There's a lot of conflict, a lot of argument, a lot of doubt. Doubt is the food of the ego. Once your ego gets involved, you get scared. And then you make your decisions based on fear. Do not give in to fear. Turn off the news more and more. Don't stick your head in the sand.